Today we are going to continue looking at the distributive property and combining like terms worksheet. I want to start with number 2. Number 2 is distributive, and there are a number of ways that we can go ahead and solve this kind of problem. What I want to start out with is thinking about the word distributive. When I think about that word, I think of distribute, which some people would say, oh, distribute, like pass out papers, distribute them. And when it comes to math, all it means is that we are going to distribute, or we are going to multiply it by all terms within the parentheses. So for instance, in this problem here, I'm going to go ahead and distribute the 4 to the 2, and I'm also going to distribute it over to the -5. We always multiply the outside number by all variables within the parentheses. So this problem here, I'm going to show you how to do it multiple ways. The one way that I would solve it personally from my own experiences, I would go ahead and draw an arrow from the 4 to the 2, and I would go ahead and multiply. I'm going to multiply 4 times 2, which gives me 8. I'm going to put 8 down here, and then the x just comes right along down here. Okay? The second thing we do is we're going to distribute again. So we just distributed to the 2, now we're distributing over to the 5. Now, do you notice that the sign in front of 5 is negative? That means that when we multiply, we're multiplying 4 times -5. So if I have 4 groups of -5, I have -20 unit tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and put -20. This is my simplified version of this expression here. I cannot simplify any more than this because these are x tiles and these are unit tiles. And we know this from working with tiles in our classroom. These cannot combine. They are different shapes. So they are not like terms, so they cannot be combined. They are not like terms, they cannot be combined. All right, let's work on another one. Let's go ahead and do number 4. On number 4, we have to distribute, but we also have these unit tiles, or what I would call number. There's another number at the end, right? But when we end up using algebra tiles, this becomes unit tiles for us. So when I see this, I see unit tiles. What I want you to do is go ahead and just underline this first section here. I want you to distribute first and then add this on. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. So I have 2 groups of 3x minus 5. So what does that mean? I'm going to go ahead and distribute the 2 to the 3 and multiply. 2 times 3 gives me 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and just bring down this x. And another way I could say that is, if I have 2 groups of 3 x's, I have 6 x's total. Now, I'm going to go ahead and multiply this by the other term that is, or variable that is in my parentheses as well. I have 2 and I'm multiplying times -5. If I have 2 groups of -5, then I have a total of -10. Now, I have gone ahead and distributed the 2 among both variables within my parentheses, so now I'm going to go ahead and bring down the +10. That's going to come right down here. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and look at these. When I am looking at these, I go ahead and I underline my variable that has an x next to it, and I box my unit tiles, including the sign in front of it. We learned this in class. Okay. Now, when I'm combining like terms here, what I want you to do is combine things that have the same shape. Obviously, when we're looking at this, there isn't another variable that has a line underneath it. So I'm going to leave this one and bring it down because I have nothing to combine it with. It's obviously going to be in my simplified in my simplified answer, or my simplification of the expression. So I'm going to go ahead and combine these two here. I have -10 and +10. So if I owe someone $10 and I pay them back 10, I don't owe them anything anymore. So this is going to be my final answer because this is 0. So 6x is going to be my simplification of this expression here. Now, it's your turn to practice. You have 1 through 10 to complete, and I've already done 2 for you. So you have 8 problems.